Hey y'all, this is Kimberly. Welcome to my channel, A Chance to Sparkle. If you're new here, welcome. Glad that you have joined us. Please subscribe, give me a like if you enjoy this video, and give me a comment down below. Tell me what you'd like to see. Give me a question to put in an upcoming video where I tell you more about myself. And tell your friends about me so that my channel can grow. In this video, I am going to be showing you the way that I keep a log of my diamond paintings. This is something new that I'm doing. I've been diamond painting for a little over a year, and I wasn't keeping logs previously. And the more and more I saw where people were talking about keeping logs, the more I kind of missed my old diamond paintings and not remembering what I did, what I took, anything of, I'd have to really think hard on any thoughts that I had about the painting, the company that I got it from, because I just wasn't keeping that information. And the more I thought about it, the more I said, you know what, I really need to keep that information. But I'm limited on space. I've said that before in a video. I do everything from my bedroom. I do my nail art. I do my diamond painting. I do everything from my bedroom and everything from this small table. So I don't have the space for big 3-ring binders or to have a bunch of diamond painting notebooks, which I would give anything to be able to have a bunch of those little notebooks that have the cute pictures on it that you get to diamond paint, and then to keep your journal inside of it. I would love to be able to do that, but I can't. I just don't have the space for it, and I have to really be conscious of that. So I went searching. At first I was going to do an Excel spreadsheet, and I was like, that is going to take a lot of work, a lot of organization, a lot of time when I go to do the logs, because I'm not going to want to keep completed projects with works in progress. I'm not going to want to keep wish lists together with stuff that I've already bought or stuff that I haven't received yet but have purchased. I was wanting everything to be able to be in its own little place. That was going to be separate spreadsheets for each one of those. And then when I finish a project, it has to move over to the completed projects. Am I going to keep everything in one sheet and just have to scroll through one after another until I find the painting I'm looking for? Or am I going to keep each one of them on a separate sheet, or do it by artist or by store? And how am I going to keep up with it in a way that makes sense to me but doesn't end up having like 300 different sheets in one spreadsheet, making it extremely confusing and a lot of work to be able to find exactly what you're looking for, because just the tab that you see is only going to have a name, and that name's not already always going to register exactly which painting you're looking for. So I went hunting to find out if there was an app that someone had come up with, because I was actually considering creating my own app if I had to, which was going to cost money, but it would be worth it to be able to have a way for people like myself who are limited on space to be able to do it. But someone has already, move that out of the way, that's a chat. Someone has already come up with an app. It's still in the beta project. If you want to join it, you can give some feedback on how to things you want to see in the app. You can also get into it at the ground floor. I don't know if it's still free now. I think that some people said they had to pay like $1.49 for it, which is really cheap considering the fact it's still in beta. When it goes out of beta, it's not going to be that cheap anymore, because it probably will be a paid app, because someone is having to spend a lot of money and a lot of time on creating this app. Anyway, let's get to it. It is called Diamond Painting Logbook, and it is right here. And I know it's kind of hard for you to see. I'm going to scroll you in, but before we actually get to that, I want to show you something else that I am doing that I just recently came up with while I was matching Lululemon to her DMC, because this is a Diamond Dots, which does not provide DMC numbers, so I had to go through and match. And I was putting these little tabs on it to keep up with it, because I didn't want to waste some labels or anything like that. And I didn't want to cut up a sticky note, so I just pulled out these and started putting that on it. And I got to thinking, this would be a really good way to keep up with what numbers and letters and symbols and stuff is actually in each one of your kit ups. and it can be extremely reusable if you do it the way that I am doing it, which is to go to Walmart or Staples or wherever and get one of these Pilot friction pens. A Pilot friction pen is erasable. So it's like having a pencil, but not a pencil. It is erasable. So you can put, let's just put the letter A on here. This one I have not written with in a while, this pen. So it's being a little, should have pulled out one I've written with recently. But I thought, oh, let's pull out the purple. But anyway, let's just put a blob on there. You can barely see if there's a little blob on there, but I can take the eraser on the other end and erase it right off. So when you get finished painting, you can take these friction pens, erase whatever you wrote on there, and it doesn't come off until you use this little eraser, and this eraser doesn't use up. These pens are also refillable. You can unscrew them and get new ink for them. So you buy the pen, you keep refilling them. The eraser lasts forever. It erases everything. The only way that that comes back is, I believe it said, if it gets to 14 degrees Fahrenheit, the coloring will come back. It's somewhere below freezing, but the coloring will come back if it gets below freezing. Well, if you're keeping these in the house, you're not typically going to get below freezing with them. So if you're going to travel and it's going to be that cold, maybe don't use these labels on a travel kit. But for being in the house, something you're going to keep, and you want to be able to like stop wasting labels, because that gets a little expensive after a while. If you always writing with a permanent marker on your things and using acetone to take it off, and that is really messy, because I have done that. It is messy. And you want to quit doing that, try this. Get you some write-on labels, or even the white labels. You could use the white write-on labels and keep erasing off of those. So just put one label on it, the label stays, get your friction pen, and you can keep erasing it. But that's too much time spent on that. That was just an idea that I had that I wanted to tell everybody. Anyway, let's get to logging Lulu Llama. So this is, get rid of that chat again. This is Diamond Painting Logbook, and it says DPL on it, and that is actually, it's in brown, so it's really hard to see, and I'm going to scroll you in a little bit so you can get closer to my tablet and see a little bit better. There, that's good. It's DPL, and these are actually dark brown, medium brown, and tan square diamonds that are behind it, but it's really hard to tell because I have had to dim this tablet big time and change my white balance and everything in order for you to be able to see this in any form of focus. Which I know on this page it's not as focused. I primarily concentrated on getting it focused in Diamond Painting Logbook, as focused as I could, because when I had this bright and everything, you couldn't even see the writing at one point. So it's took me a while to try and get this video dialed in enough to where you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Anyway, we're going to log Lulu Llama. I have already matched up the DMCs. I have not put any information in here yet. So give me just a moment. I'm going to put it on pause. It'll be a second for you. It'll be a few minutes for me. But I need to go and make sure that I have the picture of Lulu Llama on here so that we can enter that information or put the picture in, just like I have the pictures of my other paintings here. So hold on just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm glad I did that because I did not have a picture of Miss Lulu in this tablet. So now I do, and I'm going to get you just a little bit closer. There, that's a little better. So I want you to be able to see really well. So this is the Diamond Painting Logbook. These are the projects that I've entered so far. I've only had this for a little over a month, so I've just been entering stuff that I was working on at the time and stuff that has come in since I got this logbook. I've still got more paintings that I need to log into it that I've had for a while that I haven't started yet. But all of them will be under projects, but the ones that you have not done are at the beginning of the list. The ones that you have not even received are next. And then the ones that you have completed are at the bottom of the list. I only have 3 in here that I have completed in the last month, and none of them were actually mine. 2 of them were gifts from my mother, and one was one that I did for my aunt for her granddaughter. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you me entering Lululemon so that you can see exactly what all Diamond Painting Logbook does and what it keeps. So you click Add Project. And when you get into Add Project, the first thing I'm going to do is add an image. You can either take a photo or you can do one from gallery. And so that y'all weren't going through me taking a photo, I went ahead and took that photo. And there it is, which she is sideways, but I don't really care as long as it's got a picture of her in there. And then you go to project name, and you can enter that, and I'm going to enter Lulu Llama. And then I'm going to put the diamond dots number in here, DD 7.018. That's the diamond dots number. So I've got the full information in there basically for Lululemon. And then you can go in and put the height and width, and I don't know, yes it is. So I'm going to put the fabric height and width, and this is where one of the bugs is. You want to put everything in centimeters in here. You do not want to put it in inches. When you change it over to inches, it will wait until you get completely done entering everything, and then when you go to save it, the whole app will shut down and you lose everything that you just entered. So for right now, until they get that bug fixed, be sure to enter in centimeters, not inches. If you do enter in inches, do that first and then save it, and don't enter anything else just to see if they fixed the bug yet or not. That way you know that you have to go back and put it in centimeters. So this is a 40 by 50, and we're leaving it at centimeters. Obtained from, and I obtained mine from Hobby Lobby. And if you want to, you can go and put in the URL if you got it online. So if you got it from AliExpress, you can put the exact URL to the store or to the diamond painting itself. Or if you got it on Amazon or from Diamond Art Club, Star, or wherever you got it from, you can put the exact URL or just the URL to the store, whatever you choose to do. And then you've got the cost of the item. Lululemon was actually $24.99. And then there was no cost for shipping because I picked her up myself, and I got $10 off. You can put a discount on it. So I got $10 off, so I got her for $14.99 because there was a big sale going on. It is a round. You can click that and change it to square or special, but Lulu is a round. You can say leave it clicked if it's full drill. If it's not, unclick that so that it is, you know, that it's not a full drill. And then the date that it was purchased, if I remember correctly, I purchased mine on the 10th of February. And then the date that you received it, which for me will be the date that I actually purchased it. If you had it shipped to you, it would be the date that it arrived at your home. If you have not started it yet and have not finished it yet, the date will remain as the date that you entered this information. I haven't figured out a way to change that to nothing. So for right now, I just leave it at the date that I entered it. And then you can click whether you have completed and kept it, completed and sold it, completed and gifted, started it, received, not started, not received, and if it's a wish list item. So mine is received but not started. And then you can also put if you sold it and how much you sold it for. You can give it a rating of 0 through 5 right now. And I did contact the seller and told her that I thought that she ought to change that to either 0 to 10 or to give us the opportunity to select whether we want to score it on a 5 scale or a 10 scale. Because I do know some people who actually rate on a 10 scale. I haven't really come up with the ratings for mine, but I probably will since I am doing unboxings on this video, on this channel. I will probably end up coming up with a rating as well. And then you've got notes where you can enter notes, and in notes, when I am entering the information, is where I actually put things like if there are Aurora Borealis, I will put the Aurora Borealis number for whatever company it came from. Like say Diamond Art Club would be like AB 149 or AB 144, 145, but it'll have AB and then a number, and it'll usually be below 150. So in this case, we have a special drill, so I'm putting special drill A15, and then I'm going to put the 9M129, and then I'm going to put a parentheses, red rhinestone, and I'm going to say medium sized. Whoop. Because there are bigger rhinestones than that. And then I'm going to put another parentheses. That way I know exactly what it was. It's a special drill. That's the number from Diamond Dots. And then it's a red rhinestone and it's medium sized. If there was ABs, I would put that in there. If I had any notes, like say there was a river or a ripple or something, a bubble in the canvas, I would put those notes there. Anything like that. So that's all the information it has for you to put on it, and then you can save it. And that saved all of the information on Lululemon. So all of that is entered. Now, what you do is you go up here to color list. Well, before that, you can also enter more images. And so as you're working on it, you can enter images for your progress. You can enter an image for when you completed it. You can enter images of damaged areas on the project, anything like that, but you can add additional images into the images section. So now we're going to go to color list, and this is where you enter your DMC lots for this painting. You'll click that red, which let's go back where you can see, you'll click that red plus right here in the upper right hand corner. You'll click that, and then you can go through your list and go and find all of the numbers. So you can scroll through and, like, say when you come to a number, like let's just say 159 is in here. You touch 159 and a gold star will appear over here showing that you have touched it and added that as a color to the list. If you accidentally click one, you can click it again and the star goes away. But once you enter it and go back out of the color list, it's there to stay. There's no way to remove it, which I have contacted the owner and told her that there needed to be a way to move or remove accidentally entered DMCs in a project. But anyway, since these are all mixed up and they're not in any kind of order, I am actually going to click Quick Add. Quick Add, you go through and you actually put in the numbers, pop up your little keyboard and you put in the numbers followed by a comma. So I matched this one as a 740, do a comma. The next one is, I'm going to flip them back over because for some reason I have this one going a different direction. Then it's 909, 988, comma, 605, comma. That's all in that strand. So the next strand is, this one is a white, so I'm going to put 5200, comma, 998, comma, 3782, comma, 3870, I believe. I can't read my own handwriting. Isn't that horrible? 597, 976. See, they're all mixed up. You got 3000s, then the 500, then the 9, now 352, 779, 844, and 666. Now, isn't that Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's favorite number? Isn't it 666 that she gets a kick out of? I don't remember. All right. Once you've entered all of those, followed by a comma, you click the Save button. And now, if you scroll down, you should, there we go, 352 is in there, and you can see there's a gold star beside 352. So every one of them that you have entered, There's another one, 597. There's a gold star. So all of them that you entered now are in there. You just did a quick add, and now it's entered. So now click the back button one more time where you go back to where the plus was. And I don't know why, but when you enter numbers manually, you always end up with these nulls at the beginning of it. But all the other numbers are in there. It confuses me. I don't know. And if you look, it looks like that's 605, 666, and 740. So the last three that I entered, for some reason, became image nulled. I don't get it. Well, 5200 did not enter. In fact, I think they have white. If I'm not mistaken, it's listed as white. Yeah, B5200 is what it's listed at. So that's where one of them is. We'll find out what else is missing, because I may have matched it with numbers that aren't entered in here yet. So anyway, when you get all of these entered, then you can go and click on a number, and it gives you the option to put in full or partials. This one, 666, would be a partial bag because there's not a lot in there. So you would enter one partial and click the OK. 844 would be a partial. So go and find 844 and say, whoop, about to do it as a full. One partial, OK. 779 would be a partial. There's 779. Click on the partial line, click 1 and OK. I would say that's a partial, so that's 352. There you go. You get the idea of it. So you can enter all of your information that you can to the best of your ability. Like this one, I would say there's 200 of, so I would consider that one a full bag. This 948, I would consider multiple full bags. I would have to take a rough guess as to how many it is in there. I would say probably 4 or 5 full bags, and the same with the 5200s. And then all of these, of course, are partial bags. But that's, you get the gist of it there. That's how you enter the colors. If you click the black back button, now it should, you have to go all the way out of before it actually shows it. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a moment. Okay, going back out, because you have to go, once you enter the colors, you have to go back out for some reason for them to register, which is another bug that's in it. So if you go back out and then you go back into Lululemon, now it says that there are 12 colors, and there's actually 14 colors. So there are 2 of them that did not show up on the list. I'll have to see which ones they are, but there are actually there's 15 colors, but there's 14 DMC colors. But I will go back in, instead of making you sit here and watch me enter all of these as partial or full bags. I've given you the gist of it. But anyway, that's all the information that it offers. And the only bugs that I know for sure are on it, like I said, are if you try and enter the size as inches instead of centimeters. The ones on the color list, once you scroll up and then scroll back down, everything starts turning green. And then under projects, for some reason, when you enter quick add, you almost always get at least one null, but then you go back in to find the number. For some reason, it will actually be a number that's in the color list for some reason. But well, at least the nulls disappeared for some reason after that. Now I just need to figure out which one it is that did not. Let's see if we can see right quick. 605, 988, 909, 740. I know I changed B5200. That was one. There's 2 missing still. 998. 3782. I don't have 998. 3782 and 3810, or that might be 3870. Let me go and figure that out. Go to the 900s. So luckily the nulls disappeared. Sometimes they don't disappear. They might have done some kind of update that fixed the nulls when you don't enter anything. Yeah, for some reason there's two 996s, but there's not a 998. Let me look at my DMC and make sure that this is a 998. Or see if there's something else that I can match it to. Sort of a peachy color. Give me just that. I'm going to pause the video for a moment and rematch that to something that is not retired. Give me just a moment. See guys, I told you I can't read my own handwriting, and I was reading that as 998. It's actually 948. So that's the reason that one's not in there. And then the other one is 3810, and I don't know why it didn't go in there because 3810 is in here, unless I tried to put it in as something other than 3810. Let's see, there's 3810. Now click the back button. Now they are both in there. So if we go back to it, B5200, I'm going to say there are probably 5 bags worth here. And then 948, I'm going to say there's 5 bags worth. 3782, I'm going to say there's 2 bags worth. 3810, I'm going to say is a partial. 597 is a partial. We're just going to go ahead and finish this up in here. 976, had I entered that one yet? Nope, that's a partial. 352, I've already entered, so we're down to the last couple. 740 is a partial. 606, excuse me, 909. I forgot these flip. 909 is a partial. 988 is a partial. And 605 is a partial. Now that's all the colors entered. The number of bags for each one, as best I could guess. Now when you go back and everything is entered and everything is registered, let's go back out and back into Lululama. And a while ago she completely disappeared on me. There she is. If you go out and go back in, the colors change. For some, that's the other bug that's in there. For some reason, the colors don't register until you go out of the picture and then back into it. But you can see I paid $14.99 for it. It's got 14 colors. It's not a full drill. It's not started. I got it and purchased it and got it on the 10th. I haven't started it yet. It's not sold. Of course, this is mine. It's one for me to take to the hospital and use with me, which will be something that's in my getting to know me video, my whip and whammy that will be coming up. When you put in the size, it actually gives you an approximate that it's going to be 32,000 drills. I don't think it'll actually be that many drills, considering the fact it's a partial. I think that's how many it would be if it was a full drill. So when you're doing a full drill, you get a rough estimate of how many it will be. And then it's got the number of colors. There's round drills, and then you got your images, and you go to color list, and you've got your full list of colors and how many bags of each one that you have. And I don't know which one that was I accidentally clicked, but if you accidentally click it, be sure to hit cancel, or else it will actually erase whatever number was in there. Then if you go over to colors now, like I didn't have any B5200s before, now there's B5200s. And you scroll down and everything, well, once you start scrolling, everything turns green. But when you first get in there, everything has got the right colors on it. You can click any of them that you do have, and it will tell you exactly which painting if those colors belong to. That way you can get an idea if you need to steal a few from a painting and you know that you need a specific color. You can go into your log, click the color that you need, and see which paintings that you have it with, and also see, like, let's scroll down and find one that's got a lot. I like this one, has 21 bags all total. You can click it and I can see that Daddy's Little Wolves and Ghost Kitten both have 6 bags, 6 full bags each. So I know they have the most. That's probably where I would steal from. Arctic Santa also had it, and I've already finished Arctic Santa. It's not highlighted, so I also know if it's a square drill I needed, I can go in and get it from Arctic Santa. Ghost Kitty is round. Daddy's Little Wolves is square, so you need to be sure and look because it will tell you round and square how many you have for that color, so it does keep that separated. If you have a wish list, you can also add projects in there for a wish list and put pictures in there and information on it. And when you get ready to buy a painting, you're like, well, which one can I get off my wish list? You can actually go into your log and scroll back and forth and find a specific one, your wish list. And I'll actually have a link because you enter the exact same information when you add a project. And you can add the link and you can just click the link right there on your tablet and go straight to it. Anyway, I'm getting dry mouth. This video is already 30 minutes long and I didn't expect it to be that long. I will be putting a link below if I can to the Apple link and the Android link so that you can get this because it is for Apple or Android. I don't think Apple is having the same bugs as Android is because the last post I saw on Facebook said that they're working on bugs in the Android app, so I don't think the Apple app is having the same bugs in it. Right now, I wish I could afford to get me an Apple tablet and do away with this little Samsung tablet or use it strictly for game playing and for carrying to the doctors and hospitals with me because it's small enough that it's easy to carry around. But maybe eventually I'll be able to get me an Apple, an iPad, and I can turn around and put all of this stuff on there. But in the meantime, I'm having to deal with the bugs. I hope that you do have an Apple iPad and maybe you won't have to deal with the bugs if you decide to go this route and save space like I am doing. But I just wanted to get this out there so that you could see it. Again, I'll try to put the links below and I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and please give me that thumbs up, give me that like because it helps me, my videos, to get out there to other people and other people to see it. The more likes I get, the more views I get. So don't forget that. For all your favorite diamond painters, give them likes. That way their video gets out there even more. I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you. Bye.